What's going on, Super Friends? It's SuperDude yet again, bringing you a fantasy draft, and it is still early in the morning over here, 5:02 a.m. I am doing this video 5:02 a.m. and I have a class at 8, and I just haven't been able to sleep, so I decided after I studied some, did some work, I decided to do this. So if you watched my last video, at the end, I talked about who I was going to do, and I said even though he's going to mirror some other people, some other characters, he's also going to be a master of his own thing. Come on. Yes, the fantasy draft for this episode is the Mirror Master. So let's talk Mirror Master. First, let me jump into this little paragraph I have of him. Mirror Master is a legacy name used by enemies of the Flash. The original was a crime/criminal mastermind named Sam Scutter, who developed advanced mirror technologies for his own use. His successor was a Scottish assassin named Evan McCullough. They were both members of the Rogues Gallery, but the name has also been associated with the Injustice Gang and the Secret Society of Supervillains. Mirror Master was created by John Broome and Carmine Infantino, first appearing in The Flash number 105. Okay. So, Mirror Master, I mean, it's not hard to tell what he does. Mirror Master he can manipulate this thing called the mirror world, from what I understand. He can use mirrors, reflective surfaces, to escape, to trap people, to do all sorts of fun stuff. And so that's why I thought he would be a fun character to have in a game. And since it doesn't look like we're going to be getting him in Injustice 2, I brought him into the fantasy draft, because that's what this is really for. Mirror Master is, I didn't know too much about the character. Then they brought him to the Flash. Of course, that's where a lot of people know him from now. Or a lot of people who didn't know him, that's where they know him from now, including me. I'm not going to sit here and say, unlike Heatwave, that I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, I liked Mirror Master from the beginning. I didn't know about him, but the more I read about him, he's a pretty interesting character with the use of mirrors and this and that. Just the idea of being able to escape and trap people and do some fun stuff. Some fun stuff that I've come up with for Mirror Master to do in game. Now, I picture his design as a sort of combination of a couple of the different versions of Mirror Master. I would not have him in that weird, let's see, what color is it? Orange and green outfit, although I would have that be some of his gear. I wouldn't have that initially. Initially, I would have the Flash version of the dude with the beard and suit. I just think that provides a more cool and more interesting look to me of this elegant, extravagant guy who's just throwing mirrors all over the place with maybe a little device on his wrists to do his whole mirror thing. Now, some cool abilities I would give the Mirror Master is I would give the Mirror Master a down move where he throws a mirror on the ground, and if you step into it, you fall through, kind of like a Quan Chi portal. You step on it and fall through back to the stage. I would have mirror shards where you do the mirror thing on the ground and shards come up, or you can send mirror shards out as projectiles. I would definitely have a mirror teleport where there's one behind him and he jumps through and then grabs and pulls you through to the other side. I think that would be fun. I like the idea of popping up a mirror behind the opponent and then one behind him where he can punch backwards and then the fist comes through to the back. You could have one where he walks the mirror and falls down on the opponent. Just a bunch of fun little teleporty stuff with his mirror. I would have a move where you hit the opponent with one of his mirrors and the opponent is trapped, and then you could do a move to them and knock them out of the mirror world or whatever. Just some fun tricky stuff that you wouldn't think of I would have his. Now this is the. I would have his character power be mirror cloning, kind of like Johnny Cage's stunt double thing, where you have 3 different versions of the Mirror Master, and he can send them at the opponent, or if the opponent hits him, he can just use them as like decoys, dummies, so it doesn't do any damage. Let's do that. That'd be fun. And of course, his super is going to be conjuring a mirror, grabbing the opponent, sending him through the mirrorverse, mirror world, whatever, the mirrorverse, and just multiple different versions of the Mirror Master are attacking you from all different angles, just like up, down, side, slamming you, slinging you through mirrors, and then up and out, back into the arena. Just fun stuff, weird stuff, fun stuff, interesting stuff. Let's see. Give me a second. Where does he fit in the story? Well, without ruining too much, he and some other characters have decided that because these guys are fighting these guys, and they basically the story of the society, like how you have, since the regime and the insurgency is infighting, you have the society who's just going to come in and wreck everyone. That is sort of the idea of this team here. Although the society remains its own team in game, in my fantasy story. The society is a team. However, it's a little different, and you'll see what I mean later on. So, I would definitely have Mirror Master be part of this, but for his own purposes. He really just wants to take out the speedster of this world. He wants to take out the speedster, and you will find out who that person is in a later video. And I really can't wait to dive into the story here. So, I may go ahead and do, once we get to 10, I'm going to start unveiling my story mode ideas. So, this is episode 7. This is going to be fun. I think Mirror Master would be cool. I think there's a lot of cool, tricky stuff you could do with him. I think he would be an interesting character just as a sort of, again, just like a tricky, you don't know if he's going up, down, you don't know if he's doing this, if he's doing that type of character. So tell me what you guys think of the idea of Mirror Master being in my version of Injustice 2. I still have to give my version of Injustice 2 a name, so if you have any idea, and I'm not calling it Every Battle, Injustice, Every Battle Defines You, or Injustice Gods Among Us. I want to call it something unique. So tell me what you would call it. But I've sort of got a couple of names in mind. So we will see what sticks later on. But this has been my Mirror Master Fantasy Draft video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have been Super Friends. I've been SuperDude, and mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the greatest rogue of all? Mirror Master. But until next video, guys, this has been SuperDude saying to my Super Friends, moving away.